Hi everyone, let's have a look at my low time frame and micro bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Starting with my preferred bullish scenario, where we are looking for a WX and then a 3-wave in wave Y for a double zigzag structure, which is a zigzag in W and eventually another zigzag in wave Y. Currently working on this first wave to the upside, which is then wave A in a 5-wave move to the upside, where I think an interesting potential target for this wave A over here could be the daily naked point of control at 27.7K that we haven't touched with this high over here. However, it does have very nice confluence with this high for maybe then a liquidity grab and a move to the downside for then a 3-wave structure in a wave B. And if I estimate the potential high of this wave A to be just above the daily naked point of control at, let's say, 27.8K, then the Fibonacci targets for wave B are over here between the 0.382 and the 0.886. These are the common targets for a wave B pulled from the low of wave X to the imaginary high of wave A around 27.8K at the moment, where the targets are sitting between 27.3K and 26.7K. The most common targets, however, for wave B are usually between the 0.5 and the 0.786. So we then expect a 3-wave structure in a wave B after a 5-wave move to the upside, followed then by another 5-wave move to the upside in a bigger wave C to then finish a potential wave Y. In this particular scenario, we have the most common target area for a wave Y being between the 1 and the 1.236, taken from the low to the high of W to the low of wave X, sitting between 28.3K and 28.7K, which also includes this high over here. So that could be very interesting for a liquidity grab and then further downside, but also just above the 1.236 and below the rare target for a wave Y being the 1.618, sitting at 29.4K, we have the target box, which is an important resistance area for Bitcoin between 28.9K and 29.2K. If we then go to my bearish alternative scenario at the moment, we're looking for this to be a W, a bigger wave X, and then eventually a wave Y to the upside. So in this scenario, this wave X is basically extended in this being a wave W, this being a 3-wave structure in a wave X, for then expecting a corrective structure to the downside in wave Y, where for me the daily naked point of control at 26.3K and the low over here is a very interesting target for the low of this potential wave Y, after which we then expect a blue wave Y, so this one over here, to the upside in again a 3-wave structure. Now in this scenario, we did get very, very close to taking this high over here, which now creates basically a double top at 27.5K. However, this wick did take 2 highs, so the 2 lower highs over here have been taken by this wick. It also has to be said that currently we hit the target box that I had over here as a resistance area. We've been ranging right below and on top this target box for basically the whole day between 27.3K and 27.4K. So we have to wait and see if this is going to remain resistance and then move to the downside, or if this is a typical scenario of ranging underneath resistance, ranging below resistance, which is more bullish. So we wait and see, because of course we don't know what price is going to do, but we have our probabilities. If we then look at the bullish scenario that is coming up, then the bullish scenario on the micro time frame I want to highlight on the 30 minutes. So in this scenario, this is part of the bullish scenario where we then expect more upside in a wave A, 3-wave B, and then a wave C to the downside. Currently working on this wave A over here, I have counted this structure to the upside in this to be a wave 1, followed by a wave 2, then another 1, 2 in blue, then a 3, 4, and looking for a wave 5 to the upside. So this is a very nice 1-2, 1-2 scenario, exactly the way you also want a 1-2, 1-2 scenario to be, where the second wave 1 is taking the high of the first wave 1, which is very nice. Now wave 3 is then already in, hitting the targets for wave 3, so that is very nice, ending around this target box. And now as you can see, we've been ranging right below actually this target box for a while, where for wave 4, the Fibonacci targets taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3 are visible, as you can see, and price bouncing on the 0.382, which is a common target for a wave 4, with the 0.5 being a little bit more rare, and also the 0.5 is a maximum target for a wave 4, sitting at 27.150. Now the invalidation for this scenario is if price right now would move towards the downside and hit the price action of this blue wave 1, because that is not allowed in an impulsive structure. Now, if this is a 1, 2, 3, and then this being wave 4, then usually wave 5 doesn't go all the way like very high. You know, the most common target for a wave 5 is taking the fibs from the high of 3 to the low of 4, and then putting on the 1.236 to the 1.618 that you can see over here. And the 1.236 has very nice confluence with the double top, meaning the high over here, as well as that high at 27.5k. So I think it would be interesting for this blue wave 5 to end somewhere over here, not yet taking the high at 27.7k, leaving that one, creating then another double top basically. So taking the high, then going down and start a range for this green wave 4, before then another wave 5 to the upside, which then finishes the green wave 5 and wave A, for then eventually that 3-wave move to the downside that we expect in then a wave B and then another wave C to the upside, right? So this is currently my preferred scenario on the lower time frame, mainly also because of the volume. So if I put on the volume over here, then you can see this wave 1, this wave 2, this second wave 1, which is part of a bigger wave 3, had a nice amount of volume, increasing in volume, very important. Then this wave 3 over here had a big amount of volume as well, which is exactly what you want to see in a wave 3. Then in this wave 4, volume going down, what you want to see. And then eventually what you're looking for in a wave 5 is another move to the upside, but the volume of this wave 5 being lower than the wave 3. So you want to see lower volume, but a new high to be made. That is what I'm looking for at the moment, and we wait and see if price is going to give us exactly that. In the bearish scenario, which is an alternative scenario, this is a 3-wave structure in a W, followed by a wave X, and then eventually another 3-wave structure in Y, which on the 15-minute would then be some sort of an ABC, like a 5-3-5-wave move, where the common target for this wave Y is the white box between the 1 and the 1.236, which, as you can see, has also been respected, and now you would then expect a bigger move to the downside. And the invalidation for this scenario is if price would move to the upside and take the invalidation at 27.5k. Now, if we then do go shortly to the divergences of this very local structure over here, I have to go to the 5-minute. Don't usually really enjoy that, but what you see is we have bullish divergences. So between the little range on the 5-minute that we have over here, price created now a higher low on price, lower low over here on the yellow line, which is a bullish divergence with the target being this high at 27.5k. And then more locally, one could say, hey, we have a bearish divergence, right? Lower high on price, higher high here on the yellow CVD. That is a bearish divergence, which is true. But we also have the bullish divergence. So it's a little bit of a mix. We have bullish and bearishness going on very locally, which of course can make it confusing, but we have to wait and see what price is going to give us right now. Then finally, I also like to mention the news, because tomorrow is going to be an important day. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. we have some high impact news, which you can see over here. Wednesday, May 24th, and 8 p.m. Central East European time, we have some high impact news. So make sure that around 8 p.m. CET, whatever your time zone is, you can check it on this website as well. I'm not affiliated, by the way, but you can check your time zone and make sure you trade safe at that time, which I have on my chart as a vertical line with an alarm, so I always know the moment it gets hit, I have to watch out and pay attention to what is happening. I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the macro and the high time frame video if you're interested, and for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I will see you at the next one. Bye bye.